All right, today we're going to rub up some pork shoulder butts. Pork shoulder butt actually is the shoulder of a pig, and they call it a butt because back in the olden days in Boston, they used to take these butts and pack them in old wood barrels full of salt, and that's how they would transport them. And that's where the name butt came from. A butt is what they used to call a barrel. So there's kind of two sides to a pork shoulder butt. There's the meaty side and then the fatty side. So one of my favorite things in the world to do is rub butt. So what we're going to do is grab your dry rub, open up the fold where the shoulder blade was, and just kind of sprinkle some rub around. You just need to come up with your own dry rub. I have a rub that I've come up with after a number of years of experimentation, and a lot of people are starting to use a lot of exotic spices in their rubs, kind of cinnamon and allspice and clove. I don't like using any of those because I think it really takes away from the flavor of the meat. So I just have a real basic dry rub that I like to use. Salt, pepper, kosher salt, pepper, smoked paprika, mustard powder, a couple other little things here and there. So just kind of rub up the butt. And what you want to make sure to do is just get a nice even coating on it. And what happens, especially when you use a kosher salt as your salt base and pepper, is while this is out on the smoker, the spices actually kind of melt and they'll form a casing on the outside of the meat, and what that does is it helps traps the moisture on the inside. And so these butts will go out on the smoker and we'll smoke them for between 12 and 14 hours. What we want to do is, my rule is it needs to be a minimum of 10 hours on the smoker at 250 degrees, and then it also has to hit an internal temperature of 200 degrees. And then we get them fat side up, get them out on the smoker with the fat side up so that the fat can help melt down and hydrate the meat while it's smoking, and we're good to go.